Picture this, you're sitting in class, and the teacher suddenly calls your name. Your mind should respond, but instead it freezes, like someone hit pause. The silence stretches, classmates watching, and your chest tightens. Now imagine you're at work, in a team meeting. Your boss asks for your opinion, and your brain goes blank. You know you have ideas, but none of them make it past your lips. Or maybe it happens at a party with friends. Everyone is laughing, the spotlight turns to you, and suddenly you can't speak. It feels like your thoughts are locked in a vault you don't have the key for. And then, there's the hardest one, your relationship. You want to say something meaningful to someone you love, but the words die in your throat, leaving only silence. If you've felt this before, know this, you are not broken. This happens to millions of people, every age, every culture. The real issue isn't that you have nothing to say. It's that you're filtering too much. Your brain is like a library with endless books. But before a book is chosen, a strict librarian whispers, "Not good enough." So instead of sharing, you stay silent. The truth. That filter isn't protecting you, it's stealing your voice. So, how do you break free? Let's dive into practical steps you can use today. First tip, the 5-second rule. When someone speaks to you, respond within 5 seconds. Not the second thought. Not the polished version. The first thought. Why? Because your first response is usually authentic and engaging. At school, if asked about a book, share the first detail that stood out to you. At work, offer the first idea that crosses your mind. In relationships, express the feeling that surfaces before you overthink. Second tip, ask curious questions. Great conversationalists aren't the ones with perfect answers. They're the ones who ask questions that open doors. At a party, instead of worrying about sounding clever, ask, "How did you meet these friends?" In a relationship, ask, "What was your favorite part of today?" Curiosity shows interest, and interest builds connection. Third tip, use callbacks. When someone tells a story, return to something they mentioned earlier. At work, you might say, "Earlier you mentioned a deadline, how did that go?" This proves you're listening and creates deeper trust. Quick pause here, if these tools are already helping you, subscribe to this channel right now. Why? Because every week we share strategies that make conversations easier and life less stressful. Don't wait until the next awkward silence, be prepared. Now let's continue. Fourth tip, environmental observation. Comment on something in your shared space. At school, this classroom always feels colder than outside. At a cafe with friends, the playlist here is actually perfect for this vibe. Simple comments open natural doors. Fifth tip, exit gracefully. Most people worry about starting a conversation, but ending matters too. Use the formula, appreciation, reason, and bridge. Example, "I loved hearing your story. I need to grab a drink, but let's catch up later." This leaves people wanting to talk to you again. And here's the bottom line, conversation is not about being the most interesting person in the room. It's about being the most interested. It's about listening, being curious, and letting your real self show. So, the next time you feel frozen, remember, you are not empty. You're overflowing. And if you want to go even deeper into habits that shape your mental health, click the video on your screen right now, 5 habits that affect your mental health. It connects directly with what we talked about today, because sometimes it's not just conversations we struggle with, it's the hidden habits that drain our confidence and energy. Thanks for watching this far, and I'll see you in the next video.